We stand at the edge of time, every moment slipping away like sand through our fingers. Yet, how many of us remain stagnant, trapped in a life of complacency, neglecting the one thing that will elevate us, the very foundation of our being, personal development? The world will continue its relentless march forward, indifferent to our hesitation. But within each of us lies the power to rise, to become more than we are, to shape our own destiny. Let us not waste another day in ignorance of our potential. The first step begins with a decision, a commitment to invest in ourselves, to transform, not for the approval of others, but for the clarity and strength that comes from within. The power of self-investment. What does it mean to truly invest in oneself? It is not merely a matter of spending time or money, but rather a commitment to growth, to transformation, to an unwavering belief in the power of improvement. For far too long, we have neglected this most fundamental investment, placing our energy into external pursuits, into things that, in the end, do little to nourish the soul. We chase fleeting desires, seek approval from others, and allow ourselves to be distracted by the noise of the world. Yet, the most valuable asset we will ever possess lies within us, our mind, our character, our ability to grow and evolve. Self-investment is not an option, it is a necessity. We must stop waiting for circumstances to change or for the world to offer us a better opportunity. The opportunity exists right here, within the choices we make each day. It is the decision to read, to learn, to reflect, to develop skills, to challenge our own weaknesses, and to confront our fears. These actions, though small in isolation, compound over time, creating a future that is rich with potential and purpose. The Stoics believe that we must first master ourselves before we can master the world around us. And this mastery comes not through external achievements or accolades, but through a disciplined approach to our own development. It is about understanding that every moment we spend investing in our growth is an investment in a life that has meaning, in a life that will withstand the trials and tribulations that inevitably come our way. Self-investment does not require grand gestures or sweeping changes. It starts with the simple daily commitment to better oneself in thought, action, and spirit. It is choosing to face discomfort in pursuit of growth, embracing failure as the teacher it truly is, and setting aside the distractions that prevent us from reaching our highest potential. When you invest in yourself, you are choosing not to remain a passive observer in your own life. You are taking ownership, shaping your future, and becoming the architect of your own destiny. This is the power of self-investment, and it is available to each of us, if only we choose to recognize it. Acknowledging the neglect. We are often blind to the most obvious truths in our lives. We are quick to notice the neglect in others, but when it comes to ourselves, we remain in denial. We tell ourselves that we are too busy, too tired, too distracted, or too burdened by the weight of life's responsibilities to invest in our personal growth. We seek out external solutions, new diets, new routines, new tools, hoping that something outside of ourselves will fill the emptiness we feel within. But the truth is, the neglect we experience is not of the world. It is self-inflicted. It is the neglect of our own potential, our own ability to change, to grow, to become more than we are. How many of us have waited for the perfect time to start something new, only to watch time slip through our fingers like water? We wait for the right moment to invest in our development, the right moment to prioritize ourselves, the right moment to seek progress, but that moment never comes. It remains elusive, as if the universe itself is conspiring to keep us stuck in our comfort zones. And in this waiting, in this complacency, we lose the one thing we can never get back: time. This is the first truth we must face. The neglect is real. We have allowed ourselves to be swayed by the opinions of others, by the pressure of society, by the distractions that pull us in every direction. We have neglected to nurture the most important relationship we will ever have, the one with ourselves. It is not a lack of ability that holds us back, but rather our unwillingness to confront the reality of our situation. We have allowed our potential to stagnate, believing that the outside world is the cause, when in fact it is the neglect of our own growth that keeps us trapped in mediocrity. Acknowledging this neglect is the first step toward reclaiming control of our lives. It requires an honest, unflinching look at where we have allowed ourselves to fall short. It means facing the uncomfortable truth that we have chosen convenience over challenge, that we have prioritized temporary satisfaction over long-term fulfillment, and that we have neglected the very tools and qualities within us that could lead us to greatness. But this is not a moment for self-criticism or self-loathing. This is a moment of awakening. In recognizing our neglect, we open the door to the possibility of change. By acknowledging the areas where we have fallen short, we empower ourselves to take the necessary steps to rise above them. The neglect is not permanent. It is simply a call to action, a reminder that we are the masters of our fate, and that the time to invest in ourselves is now. Breaking the chains of stagnation. Stagnation is a silent thief, quietly robbing us of the life we could have lived. It is not the loud, obvious struggles that we need to fear most, but the gradual, insidious erosion of our will to move forward. When we allow ourselves to become stagnant, we close the door to growth, to change, and to new possibilities. The chains of stagnation are not made of steel or iron. They are woven from the threads of complacency, fear, and the comfort of what is known. We cling to the familiar because it offers safety, but in doing so, we surrender our potential, our purpose, and our opportunity to evolve. To break free from this stagnant state, we must first acknowledge the truth. Nothing changes unless we do. The world will not change on its own. The circumstances we find ourselves in will not improve without effort. The power to change lies within us, but we must be willing to take that first step into discomfort. Stagnation thrives in the absence of challenge, in the absence of movement. And yet, the moment we embrace the discomfort of change, we begin to break those chains. The Stoics spoke of the importance of discipline, of consistently taking action even when the path seems unclear, of confronting adversity with grace and resilience. Growth does not happen in the absence of struggle. It is through the struggle that we are shaped, that we are forged into something greater than we were before. The chains of stagnation are broken through deliberate action, by choosing to move forward even when the path is uncertain. To break free from stagnation, we must embrace discomfort. We must become comfortable with the unknown, the unfamiliar, and the challenging. We must be willing to confront our own weaknesses, to step outside the boundaries we have created for ourselves, and to face the fears that have held us captive for so long. It is in this space of discomfort that true growth takes place. We do not need to wait for the perfect circumstances, the perfect moment, or the perfect opportunity. They do not exist. The only moment we have is now. The only opportunity we need is the decision to act, To break the chains of stagnation is to make a commitment to live a life of purpose, to choose growth over comfort, and to take ownership of our own journey. The path may be difficult, but it is through the difficulty that we find our true strength, our true potential. Remember, stagnation is not our natural state. We were born to grow, to learn, to evolve. The moment we decide to move forward, to invest in ourselves, we begin the process of breaking free from the chains that have bound us for so long. The journey may be long, but every step we take brings us closer to the life we are meant to live. The cost of inaction. Inaction is a silent, unseen cost that accumulates over time, its weight growing heavier with each passing day. It is the price we pay when we choose comfort over change, convenience over challenge, and familiarity over growth. Every moment we allow ourselves to remain still, to remain passive, is a moment we lose forever. The cost of inaction is not paid in dollars or material loss, but in the erosion of potential, the loss of opportunities, and the quiet fading of dreams that could have been realized. We often convince ourselves that we have time. We tell ourselves that tomorrow will be the day we take action, that next week, next month, next year we will start our journey toward growth and self-improvement. But time is not an infinite resource. It is fleeting, passing by us whether we act or not. The longer we wait, the more opportunities we miss. The longer we remain in the comfortable prison of inaction, the more we bury the very essence of who we could become. The Stoics understood the fragility of time. They knew that each moment held the potential for change, but only if we seized it. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, repeatedly urged himself to act with purpose and to focus on what could be controlled. He understood that action, however small, was the antidote to the paralysis of inaction. The cost of inaction, in his eyes, was not simply the lost opportunities, but the deep existential regret of having wasted the precious time we are given on this earth. Inaction breeds regret, and regret is a poison that corrodes the soul. It whispers to us in quiet moments, reminding us of the things we should have done, the steps we should have taken. It is not the mistakes we make that we regret most, but the things we failed to do, the growth we failed to pursue, the life we failed to live. Regret is the echo of inaction, and it is a burden that we carry for the rest of our days. But here lies the truth. We have the power to change our course, to break free from the cycle of inaction at any moment. The cost of inaction may be great, but the cost of continued inaction is far greater. The opportunity for growth exists now, in this moment, in this decision. The cost of choosing to act is far less than the cost of living with the haunting realization that we could have been more, could have achieved more, could have lived more, if only we had taken the first step. Do not allow inaction to be the price you pay for a life that could have been. Choose action, choose change, choose growth. The cost of inaction is steep, but the rewards of taking action are beyond measure. The time to act is now, before the cost of inaction becomes too heavy to bear. The gift of personal growth. Personal growth is not a destination, but a lifelong journey. It is a gift that we give to ourselves, one that has the power to transform not just our own lives, but the world around us. Every moment of growth, no matter how small, is a victory. A reminder that we are capable of becoming more than we were yesterday. It is the understanding that the pursuit of becoming our best selves is not selfish, but essential. because in our growth, we create the foundation for everything else in our lives. The Stoics believed that the cultivation of virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance was the ultimate form of growth. To them, personal development was not about achieving external success or accumulating wealth. It was about aligning with our true nature, mastering our impulses, and living in harmony with the world around us. Personal growth, in the Stoic sense, is about becoming the person we are meant to be, unburdened by the distractions and expectations of others, free to live according to our highest principles. But growth is not easy. It is a process that requires intention, effort, and patience. It demands that we look within ourselves, confront our flaws, and take responsibility for the choices we make. It means challenging the narratives we have built about ourselves, questioning the beliefs that have limited us, and pushing past the fears that have kept us from moving forward. Growth requires us to be honest with ourselves, to acknowledge our weaknesses, and to have the courage to improve. The beauty of personal growth is that it does not require perfection, only progress. It is about making small, consistent improvements every day, no matter how difficult it may seem. Each step forward, no matter how insignificant it may feel, is part of the greater journey toward becoming our truest selves. And while the road may be filled with challenges and setbacks, it is through those very difficulties that we learn, that we grow, and that we become stronger. Investing in personal growth is not a sacrifice, it is the greatest gift we can give ourselves. It is an investment that pays dividends for the rest of our lives. As we grow, we develop resilience, wisdom, and a sense of inner peace that no external circumstance can take away. Personal growth gives us the tools to navigate life's challenges with grace, to rise above adversity, and to live with purpose and intention. Embrace the gift of personal growth, for it is the one investment that will never lose its value. It is the key to unlocking your fullest potential, to becoming the person you are meant to be, and to living a life that is rich with meaning. Unveiling your true potential. Beneath the surface of who we are lies a wellspring of untapped potential. It is hidden, not because it is not there, but because we have not yet had the courage to uncover it. We go through life believing that we are limited by our circumstances, our abilities, our past, or the voices of others. We see ourselves through a narrow lens, accepting the limitations we impose upon ourselves, never questioning whether those limitations are real or simply a result of fear and doubt. The truth is, we are capable of far more than we believe, and the key to unlocking that potential lies in the willingness to look beyond what we currently understand about ourselves. The Stoics taught us that true freedom comes not from the world around us, but from within. They believed that we have the power to shape our own lives through the choices we make, through the way we think, and through our response to the world's challenges. Our potential is not fixed. It is fluid, growing and evolving with every decision we make. The only limits to our potential are the ones we accept and impose upon ourselves. The moment we decide to let go of those limits, to question the beliefs that hold us back, is the moment we begin to see the vast expanse of possibilities before us. Unveiling our true potential requires us to shift our perspective. It demands that we stop seeing ourselves as we currently are, but as we could be. We must let go of the past and its failures, its mistakes and its regrets. These are not the definitions of who we are. They are merely experiences, lessons on the journey. Our true potential is not defined by what we've done, but by what we are willing to become. This unveiling is not a one-time event. It is a lifelong process. It requires continuous self-reflection, a commitment to growth, and the courage to step outside the comfort of what we know. It means recognizing that every fear, every doubt, and every obstacle is not a signal to retreat, but an invitation to discover something new about ourselves. Every challenge we face holds the opportunity to grow stronger, to develop new skills, and to unlock new capabilities. Our potential is not something that will be handed to us on a silver platter. It is something we must discover for ourselves, piece by piece, through our actions, our thoughts, and our commitment to growth. It is through consistent effort, through pushing beyond what we thought was possible, that we come to realize just how powerful we truly are. To unveil your true potential is to accept that the person you are today is not the person you will be tomorrow. It is to believe in your capacity to learn, to evolve, and to rise above your limitations. It is to embrace the discomfort of growth and to trust that the path you are walking will lead you to a version of yourself that you have yet to fully comprehend. In every moment, you have the choice to reveal more of who you are meant to be. Do not allow the fears and doubts that linger in the shadows to keep you from stepping into the light of your own potential. You are capable of more than you know, and the journey to uncover that truth begins with a single step, one that you have the power to take right now. Choosing growth over comfort. It is easy to become comfortable, to seek the path of least resistance, to settle into a routine where everything feels predictable and safe. But comfort is a deceptive companion. It promises ease, but it demands something far more valuable in return: stagnation. When we choose comfort over growth, we choose a life of mediocrity, a life of missed opportunities, and a life in which we will never truly know what we are capable of. Growth, on the other hand, requires discomfort. It demands that we step outside of what is familiar and venture into the unknown. It asks us to challenge ourselves, to push through the fear and the resistance, and to embrace the uncertainty that comes with change. The Stoics believed that the pursuit of virtue and wisdom required constant effort, that true growth is achieved not by seeking comfort, but by overcoming hardship. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the importance of facing difficulties head-on, understanding that each challenge was an opportunity to grow stronger in mind, body, and spirit. It is through discomfort, through adversity, that we discover who we truly are. It is only by embracing discomfort that we can break free from the chains of complacency and rise to new heights. Choosing growth over comfort is not a one-time decision. It is a mindset, a commitment to continuously challenge ourselves, even when it feels easier to stay where we are. It is about recognizing that the growth we seek in life will never come from a place of ease. The best version of ourselves is not created through the avoidance of difficulty, but through our response to it. It is through struggle, failure, and perseverance that we find our true strength, our true purpose, and our true potential. The comfort zone is a place where dreams go to die. It is where ambition is stifled, where creativity is suppressed, and where growth is halted. If we are to live a life of purpose, we must choose discomfort over comfort, challenge over ease, and growth over stagnation. The temporary discomfort of pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zones is nothing compared to the lifelong fulfillment that comes from knowing we have truly grown, truly evolved, and truly lived. To choose growth over comfort is to choose a life of meaning, a life where each day is an opportunity to become better, stronger, and more capable. It is the choice to face the unknown, to push past the limits we have imposed upon ourselves, and to embrace the journey of becoming who we are meant to be. While the road may be difficult, it is also the most rewarding, because it is through this discomfort that we uncover the depths of our own potential. Every moment presents a choice, to stay where it is comfortable or to take the step that will lead us to growth. The discomfort we feel now is fleeting, but the rewards of growth are lasting. Choose growth, even when it feels hard. Choose discomfort, because it is in that space that you will find your true self. The path may be challenging, but it is the path that leads to everything you are meant to become. Embracing failure as a teacher. Failure is often seen as something to be avoided, something to be feared, or something that defines us as insufficient. We are taught to measure success by achievement and to equate failure with defeat. But this perspective is a lie that keeps us from learning, from growing, and from realizing our fullest potential. In truth, failure is not an enemy. It is a guide. It is a teacher, one that offers lessons far richer than any success ever could. The Stoics understood that failure was a natural part of life and an essential part of growth. They did not view failure as something to be feared, but as an opportunity to practice resilience, humility, and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the obstacles and failures we face are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. They are the very experiences that shape us, sharpen us, and prepare us for greater achievement. We must shift our mindset. Failure does not define who we are, nor does it diminish our worth. It is simply feedback, a necessary part of the process. When we fail, we are shown where we can improve, where we can adapt, and where we can become better. In the moment of failure, it is easy to fall into despair, to blame ourselves, or to give up altogether. But this is when we must remind ourselves of the greatest truth. Failure is not the end, but the beginning of growth. It is only when we face failure with courage, with an open mind, and with a willingness to learn, that we truly begin to grow. The path to success is not linear. It is filled with missteps, wrong turns, and setbacks. But each failure, no matter how painful, is a gift. It is an opportunity to reflect, to adjust our course, and to come back stronger and wiser than before. Think of every failure not as a setback, but as a lesson waiting to be learned. What did it teach you? What insight did it offer? What will you do differently next time? The questions we ask ourselves after failure are far more important than the failure itself. They determine whether we will remain stagnant or whether we will rise, stronger and more determined than before. Failure is a powerful tool. It forces us to confront our weaknesses, to question our assumptions, and to reassess our strategies. It teaches us patience, resilience, and the importance of persistence. The more we embrace failure as a teacher, the less we fear it, and the more empowered we become. We realize that failure is not an obstacle to success. It is a vital part of it. Do not run from failure. Do not hide from it or allow it to define you. Instead, step into it with courage and curiosity, knowing that it is through our failures that we become the people we were always meant to be. Every failure is an opportunity to grow, and every lesson learned is a victory in itself. Embrace failure, for it is the very foundation upon which true success is built. The power of discipline. Discipline is the quiet force that drives us forward when motivation wanes, when enthusiasm fades, and when the path ahead seems unclear. It is the steady hand that guides us, the inner strength that compels us to stay on course, even when distractions arise or comfort calls. Discipline is not a one-time choice. It is a daily practice, a commitment to showing up for ourselves, even when we would rather retreat into complacency. Without discipline, we are at the mercy of our fleeting emotions, our whims, and our temporary desires. With discipline, we become the masters of our own destiny, shaping our future through consistent, deliberate actions. The Stoics valued discipline above all else. They understood that without self-control, without the ability to govern our actions and thoughts, we are slaves to our impulses, unable to live a life of purpose and virtue. Epictetus, in his teachings, often spoke of the importance of discipline in achieving inner peace and personal growth. He believed that by mastering our impulses and practicing restraint, we free ourselves from the chaos of external circumstances and align ourselves with our highest values. Discipline is not about rigid control or suppressing our desires. It is about alignment. Aligning our actions with our purpose, our values, and our long-term goals. It is the ability to do what we must, even when we do not feel like it. It is the commitment to working toward our greater potential, even when the immediate rewards are not visible. True discipline is not an act of force. It is an act of love. Love for the person we are becoming. Love for the life we are creating, and love for the journey we are on. In the pursuit of personal development, discipline is essential. It is the bridge between intention and action, between knowledge and wisdom. Without discipline, our goals remain dreams, our plans remain unfulfilled, and our potential remains untapped. Discipline transforms our desires into reality, our thoughts into actions, and our vision into the life we lead. But discipline is not built overnight. It is forged in the small, consistent choices we make every day. It is choosing to rise early, even when the comfort of sleep calls us to stay in bed. It is choosing to work on our goals, even when distractions seem more appealing. It is choosing to persevere through challenges, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to our ideal self. The power of discipline lies in its ability to compound. Every small act of discipline builds upon the last, creating a momentum that propels us forward. Each day we commit to discipline, we move closer to the person we are meant to become. Each day we choose discipline, we reinforce our commitment to growth and self-mastery. Remember, discipline is not a punishment, it is the key to freedom. Through discipline, we free ourselves from the chaos of our impulses and external distraction. Through discipline, we create a life of purpose, direction, and fulfillment. It is the foundation upon which all success is built, the silent force that carries us through the trials of life and the challenges of growth. Embrace discipline, for it is the greatest gift you can give yourself on the journey to becoming your best self. Mastering your mindset. Your mind is a powerful tool, but like any tool, it must be trained and mastered in order to work for you rather than against you. The thoughts you hold, the beliefs you nurture, and the stories you tell yourself shape your reality. If your mindset is limited, your life will be limited. If your mindset is expansive, then so too will be your life. The quality of your thoughts determines the quality of your life, and it is through mastering your mindset that you unlock the ability to achieve greatness, find peace, and live with purpose. The Stoics understood that the mind is both our greatest ally and our greatest adversary. They knew that our thoughts, if left unchecked, could either empower us or enslave us. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This statement encapsulates the essence of Stoic thought. Our perceptions of the world, our fears and our anxieties, are often born not from reality, but from the way we choose to interpret and respond to it. By mastering our mindset, we can free ourselves from the tyranny of negative thoughts and emotional turbulence. Mastering your mindset begins with awareness. The first step is to recognize that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. Many of us go through life identifying with every thought that arises, believing that each thought is a reflection of who we are. But this is not the case. Thoughts are transient. They come and go. They are often products of our environment, our upbringing, and our experiences. But they do not define us unless we allow them to. By recognizing that we are the creators of our mental landscape, we reclaim the power to shape it in alignment with our true values and aspirations. The next step in mastering your mindset is to challenge the limiting beliefs that have been ingrained within you. These beliefs often arise from fear, from past failures, or from societal expectations. They tell you that you are not capable, that you are not worthy, or that your dreams are too far out of reach. But these beliefs are not truths. They are merely stories you have accepted as facts. In order to break free from these chains, you must challenge them at every turn. Ask yourself, is this belief truly serving me? Does this belief align with who I am and who I wish to become? The answer will often reveal that the limits you perceive are self-imposed. Mastering your mindset also requires cultivating resilience, the ability to remain grounded and focused despite external circumstances. Life will always present challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. But it is not what happens to us that defines our lives. It is how we respond with wisdom, patience, and resilience. We can transform every challenge into an opportunity for growth. The Stoics believed that the power to control our emotional reactions lies not in the events themselves, but in our judgments of those events. By adjusting our judgments, we can change our emotional responses and maintain a sense of inner peace, no matter what external storms we may face. Finally, mastering your mindset means cultivating a mindset of abundance, not scarcity. Too often we approach life with a sense of lack, believing that there is not enough time, not enough opportunity, not enough success to go around. This scarcity mindset limits our potential and creates unnecessary stress. But when we adopt an abundance mindset, one that believes there is always more to learn, more to achieve, and more to give, we open ourselves up to limitless possibility. An abundance mindset fuels creativity, encourages collaboration, and allows us to pursue our goals with confidence and conviction. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world, and it is the foundation upon which your actions are built. By mastering it, you gain the power to shape your destiny. Choose to cultivate a mindset that empowers you. Choose to rise above fear, doubt, and negativity. Choose to believe in your potential, in your worth, and in your ability to create the life you desire. When you master your mindset, you master your life. The art of patience. In a world that celebrates instant gratification, the virtue of patience has become a rare and often overlooked quality. We live in an age where everything is expected to happen quickly: success, wealth, happiness, results. We are conditioned to believe that we must have everything now, that the quicker we get there, the better. But true greatness, true growth, and true fulfillment do not come from rushing. They come from cultivating the art of patience. Patience is not simply the ability to wait, it is the ability to wait with grace, with purpose, and with a sense of inner peace. It is the understanding that some things in life cannot be hurried, that growth, mastery, and wisdom take time. Just as a seed needs time to grow into a tree, so too do we need time to evolve, to learn, and to reach our fullest potential. The Stoics understood this deeply. They recognized that much of what we encounter in life cannot be controlled or rushed. It must unfold in its own time. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like the anvil, not the hammer. The anvil endures patiently through the blows, knowing that its strength lies not in quick action, but in its steadfastness." Patience, like the anvil, provides the strength to endure life's challenges with resilience and grace. To master patience is to acknowledge that not everything will happen on our timeline. We cannot control the speed at which our dreams unfold, nor can we force progress when the time is not right. But this should not discourage us. Instead, it should remind us to trust the process, to trust that the work we put in today will bear fruit in its own time. Every small effort, every setback, and every lesson learned contributes to our long-term growth. In the moments when we feel impatient, when the results seem too far away, it is crucial to remember that the journey itself is the reward. It is through the journey that we refine ourselves, that we grow stronger, and that we gain the wisdom needed to handle the success we seek. Patience is also a lesson in humility. It reminds us that we are not in control of all aspects of life. While we can work diligently toward our goals, the outcome is not always in our hands. There are forces beyond our control, timing, circumstances, opportunities, that shape the course of our lives. True patience is not a passive waiting, but an active acceptance of what we cannot change. It is the ability to keep moving forward even when the results are not immediately visible, knowing that each step is valuable in its own right. Moreover, patience fosters peace of mind. When we are impatient, we are often anxious, restless, and dissatisfied. We are constantly focused on what we do not have or what we have not yet achieved. But patience teaches us to be content in the present moment. It invites us to find joy in the process, to celebrate the small victories along the way, and to appreciate the lessons that come from both success and failure. When we practice patience, we are not chasing after an elusive future. We are living fully in the now, trusting that the future will unfold as it is. Mastering patience also requires us to develop the wisdom to know when to act and when to wait. Patience is not a call to passivity. There are moments when swift action is necessary, but there are also moments when restraint is the wisest course. The ability to discern the right time for each is what separates those who achieve lasting success from those who burn out in pursuit of immediate rewards. In every aspect of life, whether it's pursuing a career, building relationships, or seeking personal development, patience is the silent force that enables us to move steadily toward our goals without losing heart. It teaches us that we are not in a race against others, but in a journey with ourselves. The things that matter most in life take time, and it is through patience that we allow ourselves the grace to grow into the people we are meant to become. Embrace the art of patience, for it is in the waiting, in the enduring, and in the trusting that we find our deepest strength. The path may be long, but it is always worth the walk. With patience, we allow the seeds of today to blossom into the harvest of tomorrow. Let patience be your guide, and in time you will see that everything unfolds as it should.